I usually get complaints from teachers where they said, Miss Blessing, I've been applying to so many companies, but I'm not getting any online tutoring job. Today, I'm going to be telling you why you're not getting any online tutoring business or any online tutoring job, even though you've been applying, or why you've not been getting clients to teach students internationally. And I'm going to be breaking this into 6 different parts, or I'm going to be highlighting 6 major reasons why you're not getting that. And I hope that at the end of this video, you'll be able to make corrections, and then you get the email that you've been looking forward to getting. Congratulations, you've been hired, or I would love to work with you from a client. So let's dive right into it. Or before that, just in case this is your first time here, my name is Miss Blessing, and this is I Teach with Miss B. And I share educational content, and I share educational content that help teachers thrive and make teachers to be financially independent, and then you have the flexibility, or you enjoy the kind of life that you've been looking forward to getting. Okay, so let's go right into. So the first one I want to talk about, or the first thing I would like to highlight, is your CV. Now, your CV is the first point any parent or any teacher or any company or anybody is going to get in contact with you. Now, most of the time, parents or teachers, or employers, as the case may be, do not know you, right? So they want to know who you are. So the first point of contact is your CV. And sometimes your CV is not tailored. So you have to tailor your CV. And if you use one CV to apply to different companies, the companies are going to know, because sometimes they give you specific things that they would need. Sometimes they could ask for exam prep teachers. They could ask for grade class teachers. They could ask for grade or year class teachers. They could ask for specific things. So if you use one CV, to just a generic CV, to just apply for to different companies, not picking out what they really they're looking out for, trust me, your CV is not even going to be looked into, because most of these CVs are scanned by AI, because most of the time employers get like 50 to 70 CVs in a day, and they can't go through all of them, right? So they use AI, they use AI to check the key things they're looking for. It could be the exam thing they're looking for. It could be the skills, maybe patience and all of that they're looking for. So if your CV, all these things or the key skills that are needed for the job is not in your CV, trust me, your CV is not even going to be looked at all. So no matter how good you structure everything, if these key things are not there, you are not going to be chosen, right? So that's the first thing that I'm going to be talking about, or the first thing that I want you to work on, which is your CV. Ensure to tailor your CV to the job description or what is needed. The second thing I want to talk about is your introduction and your demo video. I cannot emphasize this enough. Most of the time when you apply, or when you reach out to an employer and you tell the employer that I know how to teach, the next thing they'll tell you is send a demo video or an introduction video. Not really introduction. So most of the time they'll ask you to send a demo video of you teaching. Now, what do they want to see? They want to see your expertise. They want to see your learning, your teaching style, rather. They want to see your teaching style. They want to know how well you can pass information, how well you can keep the child engaged. These are the things that they want to see in your demo video. They want to see how well you can use the tools, right? So if your demo video does not portray or show all of these things, I'm sorry, you will not be picked by the employer. Again, they want to also see how enthusiastic or energetic you are. Some people know how to do these demo videos, but you see them looking all gloomy and all dull. Trust me, they'll be like, this person will not be able to make the child happy in class. So if you're doing, for instance, if you're doing a demo video for a child in EYFS, you have to sing, you have to dance, you have to do the body movement, move to the left, move to the right, anything that makes the video energetic here, that they know that, oh, this teacher knows what the teacher is doing. Or if you're teaching English grammar, or you're teaching an English lesson, try to pick a lesson or pick something that you know that you can deliver very well. Use a fun way to pass this information to the student. If it's maths you're teaching, fractions, you could do fractions, you could do additions, you could do the basic ones that you know that it's easy for you to teach without having to go through the corners. Again, sure, you could use the tools, your whiteboard, your slides, your whiteboard, your slides, assessment tools, anything that you think, the gamification apps, anything you think is going to help your lesson flow. So all of this should be in your demo video. Let them know that you know how to use your demo or you know how to use these tools very well. It's another thing that is going to attract your employer or attract a client. And while you're doing your demo video, ensure that your lighting is bright. I always talk about this. Ensure you use natural light. It's even best to use natural light to do your video. Ensure you use natural light to do your video. Let people know that, let people see your face. Yeah, use a laptop. Do not use your phone. Use a laptop, do the video, share your slides, right? Be enthusiastic, speak confidently. It doesn't have to be perfect. Trust me, it does not have to be perfect, but speak confidently, be energetic, and trust me, these are the things that they will see and then come back. The third thing I want to talk about is lack of teaching skills. The fact that you know how to, I always say this, the fact that you know how to teach in a physical classroom does not mean that you will know how to deliver in an online classroom. There are some skills that are needed. If, let me just tell you the truth. These children, or some children you will meet, will test you. You will call their names. Daniel, 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 please focus. Can you focus? Can you focus? Please, can you focus? You'll say this over and over again because, like I said, the attention span of a child online is just 15 minutes. So if you're not doing something that is going to get the attention at every point in time, you've lost the child. Okay, so you should have patience. You should be able to carry the child along. Let the child be doing. And I love using flipped classroom a lot. I put up the slide and I'll tell the child, read. Can you read? What do you think? Can you explain this thing to me? What do you think this slide is explaining, or what do you think is being said here? Now, the child will try their best, even though they don't get it, but at least you're keeping them engaged. They are thinking. The fact that their brain is working, yeah, even if it's a math sum they're doing, a science stuff they're doing, first, but the fact that they're thinking, they're with you. But when you lose them and you're the only one talking, that does not show a good teaching skill. In fact, I would say a child should be talking 70% of the time and you should do 30%, right? Just to get their attention. They should be active 70%, you 30%. They should be typing. If they're not saying anything, they should be typing in the chat. Okay, they should be typing in the chat. They should be communicating with you via words or typing. So this is another way you could use to show your teaching skills. So lack of teaching skills is another reason why you have not gotten that job that you've been looking for. The one I want to talk about is, or the fourth one I want to talk about is lack of proof of results. Your results should speak for you. Trust me. At every point in time, what you have done or what you've been able to achieve as a teacher should speak for you. Why do I say this should speak for you? I'm saying this because if you are a teacher and you have been teaching for a long time, you should be able to show that, oh, my students have achieved this or this. If you are writing in your CV, in your professional summary, you just write, I'm an English teacher for 2 years. They'll be like, what is special about you being an English teacher for 2 years or 5 years or 10 years? Okay, you want to tell them that I am an English teacher that has proven results. Okay, my students have gotten 80% of my students have gotten their A levels or have passed this. Or whatever you have achieved, your achievement should be there. Blur, like it should be shining like a shining light in their eyes. Let them know that you are an achiever. You've been able to get this from students, or you've been able to work with students and they've been able to get these good results. So you could say things like, I've helped my students achieve great results in SATs. I've helped my students to pass their 11 plus exam. I've helped my students in GCSE to pass their GCSE exam. I have 80 or 90% exam success rates. So when you say things like this, they come back to you. Trust me, they will not even let you go because that is what they are looking out for. And just in case you are new into the online tutoring space, talk about the achievement that you've acquired while you were teaching in the physical class. Now, the fifth one I want to talk about is poor interview preparation. There was a time I was working with a particular company and they asked me to do a recruitment for them. Now it was time for one teacher to come in to do his own interview, and you could see the background was messy. There was towel at his back. Everywhere was just, he was wearing a polo, and you're wondering, are you sure you're ready for the interview? We had to tell him to reschedule because always, in fact, the environment alone or the background that we saw alone was enough to discourage us. If you know that you don't have a good background, put a plain material at your back. It could be white, it could be green. Just put a plain material as your background. Yeah. Use something plain. You don't need to use something with a lot of designs. Just put a plain material at your back. Set your laptop. Don't use a phone for an interview. Unless the company say you could use your phone. Please, if you are doing an online tutoring interview, please use a laptop. So set your laptop, um, put yourself in a good position, know what to say at every point in time. You should be able to defend what you've written in your CV and what you've done in your demo. Some companies might even tell you to choose a particular topic to teach them. So you act like you're teaching students in front of them, and they would love to see that. They might give you topics like when I applied. They gave me 4 topics to choose from, and I chose the topic. I developed my slide, and then when it was time for the interview, it was the slides I developed and everything that I used to teach, and I got the job that same day. So whatever you're doing, please be professional about it. Wear a shirt. It doesn't cost anything. Just the same way you dress your physical classroom, wear a shirt. The fact that you're teaching online does not mean that you should come to class looking shabby. Okay, be well dressed. Position yourself for that job that you're looking for. If you've watched this video to this point, please click on the like, subscribe, and share button. I'm looking forward to connecting with you. And the last tip I want to give is no online presence. I am big on this. I usually tell teachers I train or people that work with me that you have to show people online what you're doing. Don't be shy of what you're doing. Don't be shy about what you're doing or who you are. Let them know that you're an online tutor. That online presence you have, most of my personal clients I've gotten them from my socials. Even one company that I'm working with, I got it from my socials. The company reached out to me. I was like, I saw what you're doing, and it was even actually from Facebook. I see that you are teaching 11 plus and SAT students. We want SAT teachers, and that's how I got there. And I'm being paid well. So you have to create an online presence. Go on LinkedIn. Go on Canva. I've talked about this in some of my videos. Use Canva, design your header, go to a studio. Even you don't even really need to go to a studio now, right? So you could use Nano Banana. Go on Nano Banana. Tell it to put your picture up there and tell it to generate a professional picture for you. Trust me, you'll be amazed at what you get, right? Or you go to a studio, headshots. Highest you spend is 3,000 naira. Get a headshot picture, put it on your profile, and keep posting. Now, continue posting. Be consistent. Okay, I know it's not easy. Even as a content creator, sometimes it's so hard to be consistent. But your consistency is what brings people back to you. Forever, just be in their faces, yeah. And then when they need the services, the first person that comes to their mind is you. Or when someone around them needs the service, first person that will come to their mind is you. Because why? Because you are already showing, or you are showing them that you are good at what you're doing. So create content, talk about if it's English lessons, if it's math lessons, if it's tip and tricks, put all of this out. If you don't know how to create content, or you don't know what to talk about or what to do, use ChatGPT. Tell it to create a 30 days content for you that you could use for specific this. Maybe you want to use it on Instagram, you want to do reels and all of that. It's going to tell you what to do at each point for you to be in the faces of your customers or your employers. So these are the tips that I want to share with you, and I hope and I trust that these tips that I have shared, if you're able to work on them, work on your CV, work on your demo, work on your teaching skills, work on your online presence, and all of these things, put them together, trust me, you're going to be getting that email that you've been looking forward to get. And just like I said, there is good news for you. On the 1st of October, my book is going to be running. If you want to pre-order the book, just click on the link in the description. Now, the link in the description is going to take you to where you can purchase the book. Now, the book is an online tutoring blueprint. If you're a new teacher, you don't know anything that has to do with online teaching, and you want to open your own online tutoring company, there is a step-by-step guide. Trust me, a proven working step-by-step guide that you could use to start your own online tutoring company. And and trust me, you're going to fly. Everything you need, the how to get a client, how to use the tools, everything you need is in that book. Please click on the link and make your pre-order. On the 1st, the book is going to be running, so you can order as well. The link is also going to be on all of my YouTube videos, so that in case you miss it on this one, you can get it from the other one. I have made a couple of videos that talks about how you can start your online tutoring business, and I put everything together in a playlist, and I know you want to watch them. So click on the link on the right hand side or click on the link you can see here to watch the playlist on anything that has to do with online tutoring. And I'm sure that you're going to try once you finish watching them. See you in my next video. Bye.